Hello, everybody. So, have you ever tried to improvise with your students and run into all kinds of problems? Maybe your student is scared of improvisation. When you say the words, "Hey, let's do an improv today," they give you that look like, their eyes get real big and they get real scared. Has that ever happened to you? It's definitely happened to me. So today I'm here to talk to you about some solutions to make improvisation easy for your student. Now, if you're joining me live today, please make sure to say hi, give me some hearts, give me some likes. Maybe if you could share this video with your friends, I would really appreciate it. I've got a really cool freebie for you guys today, so they will definitely want in on this. Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah Campbell, and I am one of the Upbeat piano teachers, and I am here today to talk about improvisation, and I hope that you're going to find this video helpful. I'm going to try to do it really fast. I know it's really hard for me to keep under the 5 minutes, but I'm going to do my best. Hello, Christina. Thanks for tuning in today. Okay, so the topic of the day is improvisation. I know this can be a scary thing for a lot of teachers, especially if you are, more in the classical vein and you didn't get a lot of improv experience as a student yourself. I'm one of those people, so I know exactly how that feels. Improvisation up until a few years ago felt really foreign to me, and I was always a little bit nervous when I tried to do it with my students. I've got 3 ways for you to present improv in a way that simplifies it, breaks it down, and makes it manageable for students. So let's get started. Let's jump in. My first tip with improvisation and students is to really break things down. Now, I have some things here for me today that I like to use to help my students break the process down. It's a little bit scary when you sit down at the piano and you say, okay, we're going to do an improvisation, and maybe you start doing some chords underneath and making it sound all fancy. Don't do that. Do it, make it easy. Oh, Christina, the video froze. You know what? All right, let's see. Is the video back? We are experiencing some internet issues today. We had a massive storm last night. We have reset our internet, and it appears to be working. Okay, thanks. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for letting me know. This video is gonna have great, things of me going, I don't know, is it on? All right. Anyway, okay, let's go back to step number 1 for your improvisation. It's all about breaking things down. Don't present it in a very complex way at first, especially if you have a student who might be nervous about improvisation. Here's what I like to do. I like to say, we are going to learn 3 things today. We're going to learn about some chords. We're going to learn about a pentascale. And we're going to learn about a rhythm. So one of the first things I like to do is I like to break down the rhythm. So I'll bring out my flashcards. I've got different levels of flashcards in here, and I will bring out the rhythm that I have chosen for my student. So for instance, I might choose something really simple like ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, and I would take this rhythm card, put it on the piano, and we would get out our trusty little frogs here, and we would practice the rhythm together. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And just make it kind of fun. Make them loop the rhythm, make them do it while they're standing up, while they're sitting down, make them do it behind their head. You just want to get them laughing. You want to get them comfortable. That's the whole point of this exercise. So you're breaking things down. You present the rhythm first. Then you may present a very simplified chord structure. If you have a very little student that isn't ready to play interviews, you can do fifths. Hey, Prince Nicholas Tyler. I'm so glad that you got to join me live today. All right, so you could do a single note in the baseline. There's nothing wrong with that. Having them do one note, having them do 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, and I wish I had 3 hands because I could totally do this while I was doing that at the same time. Maybe you do the rhythm while they do the baseline, and then switch roles. You can do it that way. And so I've presented my rhythm. I've presented how to do the chords. I'm going to talk more about that in just a second. And then I would break it down into what pentascale are we using today. So today we're going to use the A minor pentascale, and we would practice what does our hand position look like in A minor, going up and down. And we'd practice that all over the piano. Oh, thank you, Fritz. I love my little, oh wait, this direction. Yeah, my little tissue box. That was a present from a student years ago. It's one of my favorites. I get compliments on it all the time. I think they got it at a craft show. Okay, so we have broken everything down. That is step number 1. Now, the next step is to simplify. That might sound like I'm just reiterating step 1, but I'm not. So when you break it down, you're showing them that improv has different parts, right? We have our melody, we have our chords, and we have our rhythm. If we think of all of those things as different aspects of an improv, it gets a little bit less scary. Now, when I say simplify, I mean break those little aspects down into smaller bits. I mentioned if you have a young student, only having them play the root note of a chord while you do the rhythm or while you do some of the improv, that's a good way to simplify. If you want to do something a little more advanced, maybe having them do fifths, your older students certainly can go to a 1-5-8, or if their hands are big enough, 1-5-10, or you could teach them some kind of a fancy little thing there. You choose what is best for your student. Address the level that they are at, and that's where you stay. Another way that you can simplify an exercise is to limit them to a few notes. Maybe a pentascale is too much. Give them 1 or 2 notes. Say, okay, I want you to use A and B in the A minor pentascale. Here's your rhythm. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. All of a sudden, this can start to sound really cool. All of a sudden they're making music and it sounds amazing and they get really excited, and I'm only using 2 chords and 2 melody notes. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so you simplify. Your final thing here is to set perimeters. Most of you know how to do this, but if you're not familiar with improv, definitely give your students a very set number of chords that you're going to use. Tell them which chords they're going to be. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to get out your circle of fifths and talk about how the chords are related. I did that with some of my intermediate students earlier in the week. We did a D minor improv, and it sounded absolutely fantastic. We talked about the different chords that might be most common in the key of D minor, and then we charted it out, and I let them do improv on their own, and it sounds great. I shared it here earlier this week on Upbeat Piano Teachers, or you can also look at it at Sarah's Music Studio on that Facebook page as well. So again, you don't have to get scared of doing improv with your students. You can break things down into tiny steps. So here they are. In summation, we're breaking things down. Break it down. Chords, melody, rhythm. Break it into separate parts so that it doesn't seem so scary. Then simplify. If your student isn't ready to do fifths, let them play a single root note. And if they aren't ready to explore an entire A minor scale or pentascale, give them just a couple of notes to play around with. And then when they're familiar with those, they can move on to something else. Make sure that you set your parameters and make them very clear. So I have something exciting for you guys today. Speaking of setting parameters, I created a little freebie for you all. So I created a simple improv. I wrote this up on NoteFlight the other day because I wanted you to have something physical that you could work with. So what I have on here is I have 4 different levels of this exercise, starting with the root only in the bass, and then fifths, and 1-5-8, and also 1-5-10. So if you would like to get a hold of this, I want you to type the word improv in the comments below, and the Upbeat bot will then message you and give you instructions to download this absolutely free. Okay, thank you all for joining me today. Sorry for the little broadcast interruption. I know this probably went longer than 5 minutes, but I've been really excited about talking about this with you today. All right, make sure to type improv in the comments to get a hand on that awesome little thing here. And please, if you enjoyed today's video, please share. Let your friends know that there's a freebie out there. Share it on your timeline. Share it on your studio page so that they can get a hold of this cool improv too. I will be live next week on Friday for Friday 5 Live, as always. I will also be going live in our masterclass group. We have a composer interview coming up. I'm very excited about that. So for those of you in the mastermind, we look forward to that on Monday. I have been doing some little lives on my personal page as well. I'm talking about business and just, chit-chatting. So if you're ever around and you want to do that, hey, send me a friend request. I'd be happy to be your piano friend. All right, everybody, have a fabulous Friday. I am out of here. I am not working today, so I am going back to the pool. All right, everybody, stay tuned for more cool stuff at Upbeat Piano Teachers. We'll see you around.